people passed her by like she was invisible. The light had turned red 3 times already, and no one had stopped. No one, until a boy no older than 15 reached out his hand and said, "Ma'am, can I help you?" She looked up slowly. Her wrinkled hand trembled as she clutched a worn purse to her chest. Her eyes, pale blue and tired from years of life, met his. I'm just trying to get across," she whispered. The boy smiled. "Then let's go together." That was how it began. A simple act of kindness on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. The boy's name was Aiden. He had taken the long way home from school that day, hoping to avoid a group of boys who often mocked him for being too quiet, too bookish, too kind. He didn't expect to meet someone who would change his life. He held the old woman's arm as they crossed the busy intersection, shielding her from the rush of cars and impatient glances. When they made it to the other side, she patted his hand gently and said, "Thank you, dear. Most people don't notice us anymore." Aiden shrugged. "I just thought, someone should." She smiled. "Your parents raised you well." "I lost my mom last year," he said, the words tumbling out before he could stop them. "Dad's trying his best, but it's been hard." Her eyes softened. "Grief is a storm we learn to sail through. My name is Mrs. Evelyn Harper." From that moment on, Aiden and Evelyn became unlikely friends. Every few days, after school, he'd stop by her little brick house just off the main road. She made tea and told stories, real ones. She spoke of a life filled with love and war, loss and laughter. She'd been a nurse during the war, she'd loved a man who never returned, and she'd built a life on her own when it would have been easier to give up. Aiden, who always felt like he didn't belong, found something comforting in Evelyn. She never rushed him, never mocked him for the way he hesitated before speaking or the books he carried like armor. She listened. She remembered. One rainy afternoon, as thunder rolled above, Evelyn took his hand and said, "You're going to do great things, Aiden. Don't let the world tell you otherwise." He laughed awkwardly. "I don't even know what I'm good at yet." "You'll find out. Just don't stop being kind, that's your gift." 2 months later, she was gone. Aiden showed up at her house after school, holding a small novel he wanted to lend her, only to find the mailbox stuffed and the windows dark. A neighbor told him the news. "Passed in her sleep," the man said. Quiet. Peaceful. The world seemed dimmer after that. He went to her funeral alone, standing in the back while others, people he'd never seen, spoke of her grace and strength. He felt like a ghost there, a stranger to her world, though she'd become such a big part of his. Then, 2 weeks later, a letter arrived addressed to him. Inside was a handwritten note, and a key. "Dearest Aiden," it read. "If you're reading this, I've already gone. But you must know, our Friday friendship meant more to me than you can imagine. You gave an old woman hope again. That's no small thing. I want you to have something. It's not much, but it comes with love and belief in your future. Use it wisely. Trust yourself. Always be kind." Attached was the deed to her house. Aiden was stunned. The letter slipped from his hands. The house, her house, was now his. But why? Later, he learned that she had no children, no close family left. She had chosen him. The boy who helped her cross the street when no one else did. The boy who listened, and asked about her stories, and never made her feel old or forgotten. There was more. Evelyn had set aside a small fund for him too. For college, her lawyer explained. She knew he had potential. That one moment of kindness, that single decision to stop and help, had changed his life in ways he never could have imagined. Aiden cried that night, not because he was sad, but because he realized how powerful kindness could be. He went on to use the house as a community library and tutoring center, just like Evelyn used to dream aloud. He called it Evelyn's Porch, in honor of the place where they sat and talked about life. Years later, when he gave a speech at the dedication of a city youth center he helped build, he said, "I used to think small actions didn't matter. That being kind was just polite. But kindness has weight. It has ripple effects. And sometimes, one small act, a helping hand, a smile, a moment of listening, can change everything." The audience rose in applause, many unaware that it all began with a single moment on a street corner. But he remembered. And he always would.